This is Casey, and welcome to Casey for Freedom. As you, most of you may have noticed, the Casey for Freedom name for some reason didn't take, and they've used my actual name to headline my YouTube channel, which is just Casey Mead. And if you don't see it immediately, just scroll down. I should be below Casey Mead Juggling, which, by the way, isn't me. Apparently, juggling is more popular than this stuff. So anyway, as I promised, I said I talked about Benghazi. Just, I guess, as a preemptive apology, excuse me for glossing over a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information. I'm going to try to hit the finer points. If there's anything about the topic you want to discuss, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or YouTube, and we can banter back and forth, and maybe you'll bring up a topic that I missed. First and foremost, for those who aren't really sure what Benghazi was, back on September 11th of 2012, some terrorists attacked the U.S. Embassy in Benghazi and killed the ambassador to Benghazi, as well as several Navy SEALs and Marines that were in charge of protecting the embassy. Initially, when the report came out, in the aftermath, it was said that it was a spontaneous protest in response to a anti-Islamic video on the internet. However, as government watchdogs started, digging through the dirt, as well as politicians who knew better, they found out that it was nothing like that at all. That it was actually insurgents, terrorists, whatever, extremists who attacked it, a planned attack. This, you might have guessed, no coincidence, to the anniversary of September 11th of 2001, and they came prepared with RPGs, heavy machine guns, small arms. I mean, they came outfitted for a firefight, and they got one. What some of you may or may not know is that the embassy called for help, and the government ignored their pleas for help. It wasn't so much as a, no, we can't do it, we can't authorize that. It was just a flat out, we're ignoring you. In the initial hearing that took place, as a lot of you may understand and may know, when they were grilling Hillary Clinton, who at the time was Secretary of State, she said, what does it matter? Of course, my response was, well, it probably matters to the families of those killed. They probably want answers. And, of course, to Hillary Clinton, who sits up on her high horse as a Washington, D.C. elitist, why would she care? She doesn't. Then as time has gone on, we fast forward a little bit. The White House has basically said that they may not participate with a investigative committee. They may just shut down, refuse to answer questions, refuse to submit paperwork, documents, any audio or video recording regarding any kind of conversations between White House staffers regarding the topic matter. John Kerry has recently said that, he won't talk either. And for whatever reason, they feel that that's perfectly fine. Now, if you or I chose not to cooperate with a government investigation, although that would be alright, it would put us under severe scrutiny by that investigative body, wouldn't it? Whether it be the CIA, FBI, ATF, DEA, local law enforcement, it doesn't really matter. So, my thought is, why do they get to get away with it? Politicians are not. They are subject to the same laws and regulations that we are. as defined in the Constitution, which they apparently have trouble following. If we fast forward a little further, it's recently been released that Representative Trey Gowdy of South Carolina has been appointed to the head of the Select Committee, which is in charge of selecting the Investigative Committee. Yeah, it's really bizarre, but that's how the government works. And a lot of people are very, very excited for that. Trey Gowdy is a very vocal opponent of Barack Obama's, a vocal opponent of Obamacare, a vocal opponent of anti-gun legislation, and a very rabid constitutionalist, it would seem, considering his voting record and the things that he's said and the things that he's actually done to help back up what he says. He would definitely put him in line as a constitutionalist, not just simply as a politician. Let's hope that's true. Other reports have come out that said that Trey Gowdy has now been threatened via email of his life because of his new position. Because, apparently outing the criminal activities of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and John Kerry, and it just is too much for a lot of these liberals. And you may argue with me all you want, but that's just the way that it is. My goal is, I try to keep these conversations under 10 minutes. We're at 7 now, so let's just try to again keep hitting the finer points here. Now that I've kind of glossed over the more direct highlights of what's been going on, I'm going to kind of give my opinion on the whole matter. The White House feels that the Constitution, especially in this matter, is beneath them. That they don't have to follow process of the law because they're, the president or secretary of state, a congressman, a representative, a senator, whatever, and this committee is going to start issuing subpoenas for these people to come forward and start giving what's been going on and what's happened, and they're just going to, we don't want to talk about it. Okay, well, then you get to go to jail because we know that there's documentation proving your involvement in the cover-up and the lies and the refusal of support that was due to these men. So that's what you get to do. I really seriously hope that things start to change. Politicians start getting their act together and going, you know what? This is a hot button topic. We need to hit this. We need to make sure people pay and reap justice for the things that they did wrong. But as you and I both probably know, deep down inside, it won't happen. These people will continue running the country, continue making decisions that they have no business making, and essentially continue ruining the country as it spirals out of control. I've been doing a lot of reading about how a lot of liberals view Benghazi, and unfortunately, many liberals don't view Benghazi the same way that you and I would. They see it as a bunch of conservatives, a constitutionalist, playing a broken record. Benghazi this, Benghazi that. It's been 2 years. Just get over it. A year and a half rather. And it's like, why? Just because it's been X amount of time doesn't mean that we should forget that people tried to cover it up, tried to lie, tried to break the law, did break the law. And just because it's your idol doesn't mean that they're exempt. People have a real weird perception of the law. If it's a celebrity or their favorite person in the whole wide world, they're not upheld to the same level of responsibility that you and I, Johnny No Names, are. So I hope things start to change. I really do. And here I am at 10 minutes, people. So I'm going to try to wrap it up. If there's anything that I missed in the Benghazi topic that you want to discuss, bring it up. I'm going to do update videos on Benghazi as information continues to come out. And remember, I'm leaving conspiracy theories out of it. Right now, the whole Benghazi thing is loaded with conspiracy theories. So my job is to present what I know to be fact, what I know to be true, and I'm going to stick to that, because else, what's the point of doing these videos if there's no credibility to them? Again, this is probably all news that you guys are already familiar with, but for those who aren't, this is just a picture of what's been going on, and hopefully inspires you to do more homework, if you will, on the topic at hand. Doug Slusser, if you're watching this, I hope I stayed on topic for you. If not, email me, comment me, whatever, and we'll try to fix that, okay? If there's anything else, hit me up, guys. I want to make this for you. This is all about you and the American people, and that's all it's about. So, with that, stay informed, stay alert, stay aware, and be safe, and good luck out there, people.